Hello everybody, this is Bronwyn. I thought today I would do a VR to Katey Flowers only 10 decks that she has started. I think it's a really cool idea. I have not spent a great deal of time thinking about this. I just kind of grabbed the ones that called to me. I know these aren't all ones that I've included in my top 10 reader decks for the year, but these are ones that I picked just based on the idea that if I had in a hurry to pick 10 decks, which ones would I pick? And this is what I ended up with. So let's have a look. I'm not gonna go into super detail on any of these. I'm gonna try to keep it fairly short, but I'll apologize in advance if I do start rambling. Okay, so starting with the obvious, I just thought I need one standard traditional Rider-Waite Smith, and I have several clones, and this is the one I picked. It's the original Rider-Waite tarot deck published by US Games. It's great. You know, it's the Rider-Waite Smith, and I would definitely need one of these if I could only have 10 decks. It's got great cardstock. It's got like the classic color scheme going on in it. It's got the original pixie font. I was sort of on the fence between this one and the Universal Waite because I do love the colors in the Universal Waite, like the Mary Hanson Roberts one that's done with pencil crayons, or color pencils. But this one won out because it's the classic Pamela Coleman Smith artwork. And it has a little guidebook. So that's the first one. The next one I grabbed was my trusty Morgan Greer tarot, which is pretty much a Rider-Waite Smith clone. It's the Rider-Waite Smith done 70s style, I would say. It's got close-ups on the faces, so you get really like sort of a personal feel from it as far as the characters go, like this Seven of Wands. I just feel like I really get in to this world when I use this deck. And I just generally love the 1970s, since that's when I was born. But yeah, this is a special deck, and I would not want to part with this one. I also have the tin version, but I do like this full-size version. I really like the cardstock. It's that like plasticky sort of US Games cardstock. And it's borderless, which is sort of rare for older decks. They usually have a border. So that is number 2. Let's see. Number 3 is the Northern Animal Tarot, which I have mentioned many times in my videos. It is also a Rider-Waite Smith clone, but with animals. So this is the box it came in. This is an indie deck. It's published by Wilder Heart Studios. The creator's name is Linda. I'm not sure what her last name is, but she's coming out with the second edition. I think the Kickstarter for the second edition is wrapping up right now. It's got a different cardstock, and some of the images have been lightened up a bit. This deck is fantastic. It is so super special to me. Comes with this little leaflet, which is cute. I love her artwork. Reminds me of kids' books. You get a whole bunch of bonus like oracle cards. This is spring. This is spring in Canada. 100%. Yeah, it's, and then these spread cards too come with it. It's like the Sasquatch, I think. I love him. And then the deck, yeah, like I said, it's a Rider-Waite Smith clone, but with animals. And it just speaks to me for some reason. I love her art style. It's just gorgeous. I think this is my favorite Four of Swords ever. It's got really unique cardstock. The new one will be different, obviously, and this sun card. My favorite sun card ever. Little birds landing on the antlers. I even love this Three of Swords. Look at the clouds and the little like peeking sunlight coming from behind. So yeah, that is number 3 for sure. These are the backs. The new Kickstarter 2nd edition will have different backs. They're like green. They also have acorns and the little fox face. And I've got that ordered. I backed that Kickstarter. So I think they're coming in January or February, and I'm so excited. But I do love this edition. I have used I've used this deck a ton. So yeah, that's the Northern Animals Tarot. Next, I'm going to grab the Next World Tarot. This is an incredible deck. It is so deep. It is by Cristy C. Road. It is mass market publication. Hang on, I got some cards stuck in the box here. The cards are huge, but the artwork is so beautiful that I think it's perfect, the size that it is. There is a pocket version, but I don't have that. I would like to get it, but I can't seem to find it right now. I think they're reprinting or doing a new print run on this and the pocket edition, so we're kind of between printings right now. It might be hard to find at the moment, but it should, I think in March, February or March, people be able to get it again. So it's gorgeous. It's diverse, gender diversity, sexual orientation diversity, body diversity, racial diversity. It has it all, and it's just this. I love the descriptions on the court cards. It's an incredible deck, honestly. I absolutely love it, and I would not want to part with this deck for. Yeah, there's the back. It's gorgeous. And the guidebook's really unique too. It's kind of this like social justice, postmodern world take on the tarot, which is really cool. It's all about rebelling against the status quo. So yes, very, 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 very special deck that I treasure. So next up, I'm going to grab my Dame Darcy. I've mentioned this guy many times too. This is a very beautiful deck. I love Dame Darcy's artwork. I have 2 versions of this. I have the 1st edition, which is very well worn and well used. This is the newer version, the tuck box that comes in the tuck box. I was going to get the gold edged one in the magnetic box, but at the time they were not shipping to Canada. So I got this one instead, but that's fine. It was like cheaper, and I don't need gold gilding on all of my decks, so it's all right. Maybe eventually, because I do love it enough that I would totally have 3 copies of this deck. I know that sounds crazy. These are the backs. I just love the rich, like royal blue. It's got that really nice matte cardstock. I love the hand-drawn titles on all of the cards. I just find that this deck works really well. There's the 3 of Swords. It gives me straight answers to my questions. So yeah, that is number, what are we at now? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4? This is number 5. I apologize for the lighting. It's a weird day out. It's like sunny and warm when it shouldn't be warm. And the sun is like actually out poking through my cedar hedges, so it's creating some like shadows here. All right, next I picked one oracle deck, and it is the Illuminated Earth Oracle by Mack. This is an indie deck. I got mine off Etsy. Comes with a little guidebook. But as she says in the guidebook, she really encourages people to use their intuition. So if I could only pick one Oracle deck, this would be it. These are the backs. I did edge mine in my favorite Tombow. I got the idea from Kelly at The Truth and Story. I'm just gonna grab the marker. In case anybody's wondering, this is the marker. So Tombow dual brush 026, and it gives like a matte gold edge that I find looks really good with a lot of decks. And it doesn't smear and it doesn't take forever to dry, which is really nice. It has two ends, obviously. This is like the fine tip end, but I use the brush end because I find it works better. It doesn't slip when you're doing the edges and get on the back of the card or the front, depending on how you're holding it. So I'm lucky I have an art store nearby that sells these open stock, so I'm able to get one of these for, I think, about $3 Canadian, and I can do like at least 10 decks with one marker. So it's a good deal for me. I'm not sure if that's something people can find elsewhere for that price, or if you need to buy them in sets, but like I know I've looked on Amazon and one of these is like $13, which is insane. But I get mine at Curry's. I know there are some in Ontario. So for anybody in Ontario, if you have a Curry's nearby and you're interested, they carry all of their Tombow colors in open stock. So back to the Oracle deck. It's got just really one-word keywords. You really use your intuition. Her artwork is absolutely stunning. Look at this erosion card. It pairs beautifully with almost any deck that I can think of, honestly. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Can't say enough about it. The colors. Look at this deluge. Childhood. This is incredible. Anguish. She's an extremely talented artist. I also have her other Oracle deck, which is called the Faceted Garden Oracle. I love it too. It was hard to choose, but there are just some cards in this deck like this that are just really, really special to me. So that is the Illuminated Earth Oracle by Claire Mack. Again, I got this off Etsy. I will be listing all the decks in the description box below for anybody who's interested. Oh, and we have one that's still stuck in the box. Influence. The Spheres of Influence. All right. Next up, I grabbed the Pagan Otherworlds, which is published by Uusi Tarot. This is not going to be a surprise to many people. Most people who have this deck really like it. It's stunningly beautiful. It's got this embossed simple tuck box, but you can see it's got like some gold embossing in there, or debossing. And this seal, I just opened mine from the bottom. It's got the most like luxurious cardstock I have ever felt. Okay, I think over here I have the bonus cards. There's the Seeker, which is kind of like a significator card, I guess. And then you've got moon phases. And you just flip them upside down. If you're doing like waxing versus waning. So this cardstock, it's linen. It's just a dream to shuffle. It's kind of a pip deck, but also the imagery follows the Rider-Waite Smith. Like, you don't have any humans in this photo, in this artwork, but this one wand that's taller than the others sort of gives you the impression almost of a figure for the meaning of, you know, being on guard, ready for battle. The Nine of Cups. The courts are absolutely stunning. And so are the majors. There are a million flip throughs of this deck on YouTube. Look at this Ace of Pentacles and the calligraphy that's done for the title cards. So I got mine from a little store in Toronto. I ordered it from them. I think it's called Blackbird Vintage Finds or Vintage Blackbird Finds or something like that. But that's where I was able to get mine, so it wasn't quite as expensive as ordering it from the United States. Look at that devil. All right, so this is the Pagan Otherworlds. I'm really starting to ramble now. I just noticed I'm at 16 minutes already. And I have 3 more decks to go. So, oh, these are the backs. Look at how this glides. Like, I'm just going to give it a shuffle. And the riffle shuffle is incredible too. And I'll fan it just because. Look at that. Okay, so back into the box. I will probably do a flip through of this deck at some point, just because I plan on doing all the cards in my collection, or all the decks, I should say, in my collection, which is not a small number of decks. Okay, so next, this is the Gentle Tarot by Mari in the Sky. That's her name on Etsy. This is just a beautiful deck. I don't have the box handy. This is the bag that I made that I keep it in. It's beautifully produced. It has a fantastic guidebook. This was an indie deck I got off Etsy. I think she's currently doing her 2nd print run on Kickstarter. It might be over by now, but I know she was doing another version of this and a pocket edition. This is indigenous art. She lives in the Aleutian Islands. She works for, I think, the Alaskan Fishery Department. And it's so special. I love everything about it. I love her artwork. I love the feeling I get from this art. It truly is a gentle deck. It's a healing deck, and the messages in the guidebook are just phenomenal. So this is, look at that Seed of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? And the edges, like the border colors, match the suits, which is really nice too. I find like when you do a spread, you get this sort of like, I'll just do like a sample spread here. Like, it adds to like the flow somehow to be able to see the colors of the suits in the borders. Also, like tactilely, if that's not a word, it's an incredible cardstock. It's matte. It does not stick. It's so high quality, and the gilding, like, it doesn't chip. It shuffles really, really nicely. Like, I have zero complaints about this deck. Usually with decks, even the ones I absolutely love, I think, well, if I could change one thing, I would change this. Not with this deck. This deck is perfect for me. It is absolutely perfect, and it is definitely in my only 10 decks. Okay, we have 2 left. The Oak, Ash, and Thorn by Stephanie Burrows and Adam Oehlers. Another indie deck purchased from the UK. It's got this gorgeous simple tuck box that's debossed. It's got this old, almost Dickensian 19th century England sort of printing press feel to it. It's all made with eco-friendly materials. It even came wrapped in like recyclable or like plastic made from recycled materials. The artwork on this is stunning. It's a Rider-Waite Smith-based deck. And it is just, ugh, I don't have words. I don't have words for this deck. It's the very first indie deck I ever bought, back when I thought that the price of indie decks was insane and I would only ever buy one. Ha ha ha. But the creators have a new deck coming out called Smoke, Ash, and Embers, which is dragon based. I haven't decided whether I'm going to order it or not because I love this one so much. I don't want anything to take away from it. Look at this Hanged Man. All right, so that is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn by Stephanie Burrows and Adam Oehlers. Look at these guys. Oh, okay, and I picked one deck that, for shadow work, that won that category hands down. I'm gonna have to zoom out for a second. The Goliath Tarot by Goliath. This is the 2nd edition. It comes in this big, gorgeous box. This is the back. This is another stunning, stunning hand-drawn art deck. The packaging is incredible. You get this extremely good book. That's the artist there. It's all, the book is like sideways, if that makes sense. The font is extremely small, but you can buy a PDF, not PDF, like an ebook version of this. It's got like extensive information about his interpretation of the card and also some sort of like personal takes on the cards. And the cards come in this velvet line or velvety lined foam and in 2 halves. So, of course, this one's stuck. Let's get the box out of the way. So it's all black and white. These are the backs. They're like a brown with yellows and greens, but the fronts are all black and white. And every card has like a little title. So the 7 of Pentacles, the rewarded frog, sort of that patience waiting for your harvest. There he is with his fly on the Venus flytraps. The 6 of Swords, a brand new journey. Every card is mind-blowing, honestly. The 8 of Cups, the High Door. And like you could meditate on every single card in this deck. And the other thing is it comes with a bunch of oracle cards, which, where are they? I know I've got them separate, but this is my favorite judgment card in any deck that I've ever seen. It just happened to pop out there. The Starseed. Let me see. I'm trying to find where the... Okay, so these are the oracle cards. You have a yes and a no for working with pendulums. Sage, the Starseed. This is my very... Okay, so this is the tarot deck here. These are the oracle cards. This is my 2 of Wands, which my little boy got a hold of in the summer. I had it out on like a little display thing because I'd done a 3-card pull, and I have this little wooden thing my husband made me where you can like prop up 3 cards and look at them. Well, I came into the room where I keep my decks and he'd never touched them before. He has autism and he's 5. So generally he doesn't touch things he's not supposed to, but sometimes things just call to him, I guess. I guess the 2 of Wands really called to him. And it was gone out of my little stand and I didn't see it anywhere. So I immediately went out in the backyard and found it on the grass, and he had chewed part of the edge off and it's creased. I did my best to try and sort of dry it out and flatten it, but I took one of the oracle cards, this one, that sort of matched the vibe of the Two of Cups, or the Two of Wands, and just put the elemental symbol there. So I used the Sacred Fire in place of the original Two of Wands because of Gordy deciding that he would take the Two of Wands on an adventure into the backyard. All right, so thank you for watching. Those are my only 10 deck choices. And if you like my video, please hit subscribe. I've got lots of ideas. I do work quite a bit these days. I am a nurse and we've got the COVID resurgence coming. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad this time, but you never know. So I am doing these videos any chance I get. And I'm not sure what's going to be coming over the next month. But anyways, thanks for watching and I hope you have an awesome day. Take care. Bye.